My name is Julian Harvey, and I'm the Deputy Chief of the Anaheim Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an in-custody death that occurred in the 1000 block of West Lincoln Avenue on June 23, 2018 in the city of Anaheim. While any loss of life is tragic, an incident in which an individual dies while in police custody demands the highest level of scrutiny and rightfully is a matter of public concern. You're about to see relevant video footage, as well as hear audio recordings and radio transmissions, and learn of other evidence so you have a better understanding of what occurred during this incident. The Orange County District Attorney has concluded the primary criminal investigation into this incident, and their work product and findings are now components of our administrative review, which is still being finalized. The Anaheim Police Department conducts exhaustive investigations following any in-custody death to ensure not only that policies were adhered to, but to gain valuable insight in terms of training, tactics, procedures, equipment, policy, command and control, and post-incident community recovery. There are few agencies more self-critical than the Anaheim Police Department, and our major incident review team serves as a model in the examination of significant incidents for the purpose of delivering the highest level of service possible through continuous improvement. The Orange County Coroner's Office determined the manner of Mr. Tomko's death to be accidental, and the cause of death, acute methamphetamine intoxication coupled with a cardiac condition. The Orange County District Attorney determined that our officers acted within the law and further determined their actions were reasonable considering Mr. Tomko's actions and the risk he posed to himself. A word of caution, the images and videos you're about to see are graphic and may be difficult to watch. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers.
I'm Sergeant Jacob Gallagher with the Anaheim Police Department Professional Standards Bureau. I'm going to provide you with a brief overview of an incident that occurred on Saturday, June 23, 2018 at around 5:35 p.m. At that time, Anaheim police officers responded to the intersection of West Street and Lincoln Avenue regarding a male acting in a bizarre manner and disrupting vehicle traffic. Multiple people called the Anaheim Police Department Communications Center and reported a male wearing khaki shorts and a red shirt was acting erratically, appeared to be under the influence of drugs, and was running in and out of lanes of traffic, nearly being struck by several vehicles. Here is a portion of the initial call made to our communications center.
Anaheim Police Dispatch.
Hi, I was driving home, and on the corner of Lincoln and West, there's a man in a red shirt and khaki shorts, and he's running out into traffic, like constantly, so I'm just worried someone...
Okay, does it look like he's been drinking or using drugs or might have a mental disability?
Yes.
To all of the above?
I mean, it kind of looks like he's on drugs to me, but I have no idea, to be honest.
Okay, does he look white, black, Asian, Hispanic?
Hispanic.
And how old does he look?
Probably, maybe like in his early 30s.
And how tall is he?
Maybe 5'10" or 11.
Heavy set, thin, medium?
Thin, very, pretty thin.
And did he have any weapons on him that you can see?
Not that I could see, no.
Okay. And was he like still in traffic when you last saw him?
Yes.
Okay, and he was on Lincoln, right?
On Lincoln, yeah.
And you said Lincoln and West?
And West, yeah, correct.
Okay. And how long ago was this, ma'am?
About 2 minutes ago.
Okay, thank you. We'll have officers on the way as soon as we can.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
The following surveillance footage taken from a local business depicts what the callers were reporting. Based upon the information provided and the numerous calls received, the communications operator made this a priority call for service, and officers were immediately dispatched. You will now hear the radio broadcast that went out to responding units.
Item 23 for 918 Lincoln and West. It's going to be a subject in traffic, acting 918. It's going to be a male wearing a red shirt and khaki shorts. Male Hispanic 3510 and multiple RPs.
4923 copy. Santa Ana and Harbor.
And item 23 is going to be closer to the Rubies. And item 21, we have Al, another RP advising he's going to be closer to the Varsity. He's jumping in front of traffic.
As officers were en route, our communication center received an additional call indicating the previously described male was now inside Thomas Liquor and Market rolling around on the floor. Here is a portion of that call that was made to our communication center.
Police 911 emergency. 911, can I help you?
Yeah, can you send police or paramedics or something out at Thomas Liquor and Market off of Illinois and Lincoln Avenue? There's a customer in the store that's
What's the name of the liquor store?
Is Thomas Liquor and Market on Lincoln and Illinois.
Okay, and the customer is acting crazy, meaning they're causing a disturbance or meaning they need medical help?
I think he needs medical help. He's on the floor rolling around.
And he's inside at 1000 West Lincoln?
Yeah, he's inside.
Can you give me a description of him so I can make sure I've got the same call here? I've got male Hispanic, 30s, 5'10", thin, red shirt, khaki shorts.
Yeah. Now he's crawling outside the door.
But it doesn't look like he needs paramedics, or it looks like he's having a mental issue?
I think he needs mental or paramedics or something. He's acting all wacky. Now he's outside rolling around on the floor or on the ground.
And you think he either needs medical or psych? Does he have any weapons?
No.
The alcohol, drugs, can you tell?
It's got to be a combo of one or the other.
Or
he's
mental,
just not
we
all
just
there.
don't
Now
know?
he's trying to go toward the street.
Is he running into traffic?
Not quite. Here's the policeman right here.
The following surveillance footage taken from inside Thomas Liquor and Market depicts what the caller was reporting. The suspect in this incident was later identified as Ian Tomko. All Anaheim Police Patrol officers are equipped with body-worn cameras. Anaheim Police Department policy requires all body-worn cameras to be worn in a forward-facing position that facilitates comprehensive recording of contacts and/or incidents. You are about to view body-worn camera footage from that perspective. It is important to keep in mind that body-worn cameras are an investigative tool, and like any device, they have limitations. Body-worn cameras do not necessarily capture everything an officer sees, just like the body-worn camera may capture something an officer does not see. Further, body-worn cameras do not have the ability to depict what an officer is feeling or experiencing during a given incident. The body-worn camera footage you will see is that of the driver officer. As the first two officers arrived on scene, they made contact with Mr. Tomko, who was in the parking lot of the liquor store. Officers gave Mr. Tomko commands to sit down and lie on the ground. He complied, but then began flailing his body about. Mr. Tomko exhibited behavior consistent with being under the influence of drugs and/or experiencing some type of mental distress. Because of the potential dangers associated with individuals in this condition, and for everyone's safety, officers handcuffed Mr. Tomko. Officers recognized Mr. Tomko was in need of medical attention, and within 1 minute of arriving on scene, requested an Anaheim Fire and Rescue paramedic team respond to evaluate him. You will now see the body-worn camera footage from the driver officer.
Oh! Hey! Come here! Next seat. One out, Stay off on the Illinois and make it. Again, they please I want you to
You're okay, buddy.
Please, please.
We're here to help you.
Oh, you bring my back.
We're here to help you.
I want you to please.
Come on, buddy. We're here to help you.
I'm gonna die,
We're here
please.
to help you.
Somebody help me.
We're here to help you.
I can't breathe.
I got a dog.
I got one too. Oh, my God, I fucking die. All right, hey, don't scratch.
Relax, dude.
Relax. Oh, yeah.
Hey, you okay, buddy? Relax, okay? We're here to help you, okay? Just forget any fire. Drop that. Relax. Okay.
You're okay? Spin scratch him? That's all good? Yeah, I think so.
You okay?
I hop on that.
Hey, hey. Hey, sit him up.
Hey, breathing? Doesn't look like it, dude.
Hey.
Nope.
Sit up, buddy.
Sit him up. Okay, check her pulse.
Hey, I got Narcan.
Okay, you want to hit him with it?
Okay. Got a pulse?
Very slow. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do Narcan. I mean, it looks like meth tweaking, but you never know. His pulse is... His pulse is super slow. Okay.
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, his eyes are blown, too. Yeah, dude. Okay, you want to hit these pockets, and then we'll,
Let's start pumping on him.
Yep. Do we need it? Do we need it?
He's not breathing.
Okay. Yeah, good. Okay. Here, let me get the move breath. You got the trunk? Yeah, you get the ambu bag in there? Alright. Now you grab some gloves, dude, and if you need to switch out, you know.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Can't hurt, right? Yeah.
There we go. Come on.
Come on, buddy. Yeah, I find that a bad idea because the Narcan might have actually worked.
Make it to 30. I'm going to stop, okay? And then you can do that.
Let me know.
5,
Ready?
26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
As seen in the video, and within 1 minute of first contacting Mr. Tomko, officers evaluated his condition and noticed he was non-responsive. Officers checked to ensure Mr. Tomko was breathing and had a pulse. Neither were detected, and life-saving measures were immediately initiated, including CPR, the use of an AED or automated external defibrillator, and the administration of Narcan, which is an intranasal drug used to counteract the effects of an opioid overdose. Paramedic personnel arrived and continued treatment of Mr. Tomko. He was transported to a local hospital where he passed away. A post-mortem examination was conducted on Mr. Tomko, and the Orange County Coroner's Office determined the cause of his death to be acute methamphetamine and amphetamine intoxication.
In the city of Anaheim, when a critical incident such as an in-custody death occurs, 3 simultaneous investigations are immediately initiated. The Orange County District Attorney's Office conducts the primary investigation into the actions of the involved officers to determine whether their actions were within the law. The Anaheim Police Department's homicide detail investigates criminal conduct of any potential suspects prior to or during the incident. As mentioned earlier, the third is an internal administrative investigation conducted by the Major Incident Review, or MIRT team. MIRT critically evaluates, investigates, and reviews highly significant events to identify any areas where improvement can be made and determines whether the actions of the involved officers were within policy and consistent with our training. Less than 1 minute after contacting Mr. Tomko, the officers realized he was in medical distress and immediately commenced life-saving measures. Increasingly, police officers throughout California and around the country bear the responsibility of responding daily to assist individuals in crisis. Whether due to drug use, mental illness, or other factors, these are some of the most challenging calls due to the inherent unpredictability and often the need to make a quick decision and take prompt action. In this particular incident, our officers approached Mr. Tomko in a calm manner, delivered clear directions, and took measured, controlled actions when Mr. Tomko continued to remain a threat to himself and potentially to passing motorists. Effective policing requires the trust and partnership of the community we serve, and the Anaheim Police Department recognizes the critical role transparency plays in strengthening trust. Toward that end, we were the first agency in Orange County to implement body-worn cameras. For well over a decade, the Office of Independent Review has had unfettered access to and has produced regular reports on our entire department operations, notably internal affairs, all use of force, and critical incidents including officer-involved shootings and in-custody deaths. The Police Review Board is the department's civilian oversight board. The only one of its kind in the county, this board provides a forum and process for community concerns and complaints to be brought forward, and a public platform whereby greater awareness and understanding of department operations can be achieved. Trust is also strengthened through the delivery of professional, highly competent service. This is achieved through continuous self-improvement, innovation, and the refinement of our approach to the challenges of policing. If you would like more information on the Anaheim Police Department's use of force policy, please visit www.anaheim.net/police. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.